Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
What up, though? Welcome to Welcome pregame show for Detroit Lions versus the San Francisco 49ers. We're live at Second Best Bar.
Live.
Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey.
Outdo you do.
New Holland.
New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Les Stanford Chevrolet, Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey. We're down here at Second Best in Detroit. Make sure you come out. Best chicken sandwich in the game. Okay, so, I'm tight with Second Best. Like, we're Instagram friends. Followers.
Oh, wow.
And I saw them post, they got these jalapeno popper wontons.
Wow.
I tried them. They were fucking good, dude. They were really good.
So I just found out last time we were here.
Oh.
What?
Oh, no, I can't hear anymore.
Oh. Well, I just found out the last time we were here, I believe the reason why the food's so good is they're tight from the...
Yeah, it's the same owner as Grey Ghost.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, because I met the chef, and she had like a bowl full of, I don't even know what it was.
Fancy ass
Pho,
shit.
I think it's called. Pho, pho.
Pho, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, she's like the head chef from Grey Ghost. She comes here, blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
Yeah, they were jalapeno popper wontons.
You had them today?
Yeah, just had them.
Nice.
They're delicious.
Yo, it was warm this weekend. Just like it is in San Francisco. Let's talk about the Lions. I apologize.
Yeah, for sure.
I apologize. It's crazy because tonight's a big game. Monday Night Football. Rematch of the NFC Championship game last year. However, Spinny, this game, in actuality, and I want to kill our viewers, doesn't matter because the Minnesota Vikings beat the Green Bay Packers, and it comes down to next week for who has #1 seed in the NFC Conference Championship. And not just that, not in the championship, in the NFC, but also the winner of the NFC North. Meaning the loser of that game next week will then become the 5th seed, a wild card team.
Said audio's good now.
Road Warriors.
Yeah, it does matter. Obviously, you can't trust people from Wisconsin for anything.
It's
crazy. If you need something out of the people of Wisconsin, specifically the people of that fictitious city of Green Bay, it's just not going to happen. And we saw those shit Packers go in there. Jordan Love, I don't want to hear about Jordan Love ever again. Jordan Love is a bitch. Jordan Love chokes. Jordan Love is not good at football. He did the same thing that we saw Goff do against Buffalo, where you throw a bunch of yards at the end of the game and to make it look better.
He didn't throw a lot of yards. He threw 185.
Jordan Love sucks. Fuck Jordan Love. I ask you for one thing, and you can't do that. Fuck the Packers. Yeah. You know what Dano said, Easy? All right. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
So they're coming into...
Did you say Thanos?
Thanos.
Why don't you say Thanos? Yeah.
Thanos.
Yeah, what are you?
Yeah, Thanos, ooples and banunus. But you look at, you need to win to get home field advantage against the Vikings, and that was the script. That was what the NFL wanted. That is what the people wanted. They've been saying it all year. There was no chance the Packers were going to win that game.
Yeah.
Especially with Jordan Love being dog shit.
He wasn't even dog shit. Matt LaFleur was dog shit. I mean, what are you doing?
Matt LaFleur.
Why you throw the goddamn ball to the end of the game like that?
Matt LaFleur is a bitch.
Absolute bitch.
Yeah.
There was the one before halftime, and I honestly missed it because I was walking back into my boy's house, but I didn't see that offside penalty. That was bullshit. Not going to lie. That was a little bullshit. But aside from that, you got bitched that entire game.
Kevin O'Connell is a good coach. I respect Kevin O'Connell.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold is a good quarterback.
I respect Sam Darnold.
Matt LaFleur is a bitch. Jordan Love is a bitch.
Matt LaFleur gave you an all-time meme last night. He literally did
Why?
He literally hit one in real life. I've never seen anyone hit that in real life. Niggas say, why? Dude.
Matt LaFleur embodies Packers fans. Pussies.
Yeah.
Just not good.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Soft.
Soft.
Pretty boy.
Pretty bitch. I have never been more disappointed with the Packers. I'm not mad,
Dude.
Packers.
I'm mad.
I'm disappointed.
I'm mad. Nah, I guess you're right. Disappointed. But I mean, not really, though, because deep down inside, we kind of knew that was going to be the situation. I mean, they're going there without a few guys, too. No Evan Williams, no Christian Watson. But I don't think that makes up for the way they got their asses kicked the first half of that game. It was embarrassing. Matt LaFleur is a bitch.
Yeah.
This is no other way around. They got bullied around there. And it should have been that way. Nick?
I mean, what else is there to say? I don't want to talk about my Vikings right now. They're not my Vikings if you're tuning in for the first time. I just, thought they were going to be a good team, which they are. But I want to talk about Jordan Love, the most overhyped quarterback, I think, of all time going into this year for beating a Dallas Cowboys team in the playoff last year that notoriously chokes. We want to anoint him the next Aaron Rodgers already, the next Brett Favre, the next Hall of Fame quarterback. All this guy does is choke in big spots. He's now 0 for 4 against the Vikings and the Lions, two of the best teams he's played this season. Absolute garbage quarterback. Jordan Love, most overhyped quarterback of all time. Yeah, that's all.
I guess it really depends on where you had him.
A lot of people had him top 10. A lot of people had him top 6.
Yeah, top 10, not top 6.
A lot of people had him top 10. A lot of people had him as the best quarterback in the NFC North.
I still listen. It depends on how you judge your quarterbacks.
Still
in the vacuum or where they're at. I would still take Jordan. Yes.
Fuck that.
What?
Yes.
You're sticking by it?
Jordan Love might be the worst quarterback
in the
NFC North. I'm watching him choke. I'm watching us need him to do something.
I watched
and
an
he
all-around
fucking
shit game. I watched drop pass. He had missed 11 passes. I'm not even want to defend Jordan Love. But what are you guys watching when you say these things?
He's a bum.
He's definitely not top 6. I don't think anyone's ever had him there. That'd be fucking just egregious to have in the first place.
He might be a top 6 quarterback in the NFC North.
Top 6 is crazy. I never had him there personally. You guys, no one should have had him there. But definitely, I could lean towards a little bit overrated, a little too soon, anointed.
Yeah.
But it's still a good quarter. I think yesterday was an all-around bad game by the Green Bay Packers.
I think Jordan Love had a chance to prove that he is a guy in the NFL, and he couldn't do it.
Where did he come up short yesterday? Name me a play where it was like, oh, Jordan Love fucked that up.
When he had, how does Neil say it, 135 feet
No,
of passing yards?
Don't give me a narrative. Give me a play. Like we're like, Jordan
you
Love
want me
fucked
to
that up.
Look back into my memory bank and pull a single play out? No, fuck
yeah,
the
you
play.
can when people play like someone plays like trash.
I'm looking at
you
the
can
whole
do that.
game.
Like I can look at back yesterday and be like, look,
what did he do that made him look like a top 10 quarterback? Give me one play that made him look like a top 10 guy, or he deserves to be there.
I'm not trying to argue for him to be top 10, but if you want me to give you a play, the play before they scored that second touchdown.
Fuck him. He's a pussy.
He's
not a guy in the
overall.
NFL. Jordan Love is not a guy in the NFL. He will not be a guy in the NFL. He can't win big games. He's a little bitch. You can look cool. You can throw it far. Oh wow. I don't give a shit. When you need to show up, you didn't. You're a loser. That's what you are. You're a loser.
He's a loser. Absolutely. That will not be argued. He 110% is a fucking loser. Him and the Green Bay Packers organization. Matt LaFleur, the biggest piece of it. The poster boy of it. I mean, literally give us the meme about it. They choke so goddamn hard. I don't understand it.
Yeah, fuck the Packers. I don't care. Lions, just like the rest of the season, just like they have for 4 weeks, for 5 weeks, for 6 weeks, for 17 weeks.
Fuck it, I do it myself.
They control their own destiny, and when those Vikings come into Ford Field, we're going to beat them for the second time on the season to sweep the NFC North and to get the number 1 seed in the NFC. And that's all it is.
And that's all, folks.
And that's all. But today, we got business to take care of. Speaking of bitch, speaking of not him, speaking of can't win big games, Brock Purdy and the 49ers.
Pull up.
Pull up. This is, I don't care who's Terry Foster. I love you. You are Uncle T. You are one of the biggest inspirations to me in my career, in my life. If it wasn't for Terry Foster, I probably wouldn't be doing what I am right now. He inspired me to do a lot of what I'm doing. You're completely wrong about the revenge game shit. This is still a revenge game. Do you know who is the head coach of this team? Do you know who is the number 1 wide receiver on this team? Do you know who is the number 1 safety on this team? These guys are petty for breakfast. These guys don't care that the 49ers suck. These guys don't care that the wheels fell off of this 49ers team. They want to go out there and they want to eat Kyle Shanahan's lunch in his house, put their feet up on the fucking coffee table, kick back, and flip their grandma the bird because they don't give a shit about the 49ers and their success. All they remember is that taste walking off the field at Levi Stadium in the NFC Championship. All they remember is seeing the confetti rain down and seeing the 49ers hoist that NFC Championship trophy. So I don't give a shit if this team's not good. I don't give a shit if, they got a couple injuries. Cry me a fucking river.
They don't even have a couple injuries. I mean, the guys they've been missing all fucking year. There is a pinch of revenge game.
This is
absolutely
a revenge
goddamn
game.
sure. Because if it wasn't that little pinch of revenge game, you wouldn't be starting your players today.
It's not a pinch
you
of a
don't,
revenge
You don't
game.
need to start Jared Goff. You don't need to start Jahmyr Gibbs. This game means nothing. It all comes down to next week against the Minnesota Vikings. But because of that, absolutely Dan Campbell's letting the dogs out. He knows they want to get that lick back. He's not going to fucking just sit there. Maybe he should, though. I mean, there's multiple arguments maybe he should. I got one right here. Why not sit them back? Just make them fucking pissed off and angry for next week. Because next week's your fucking playoff game before the playoffs. You lose that game next week, you're on the road the entire way through the playoffs. And that's
I don't give a shit about next week.
Oh, I give a shit about next week.
They are playing their guys.
This game means absolutely fucking dick. You could lose this game, and it still comes down to next week.
Yeah.
You give a shit about next week.
Cool. But we have a game today that we're going to talk about.
Absolutely.
And I don't care about not playing the start. That's not going to fucking happen.
No, they're
Anybody
gonna play
that
starters.
says, they're not going to play the – you don't know Dan Campbell. You don't know the Lions. You don't know football.
He already
They're
said
gonna
at the beginning of the week
there
last
and
week. He told you guys, don't even worry about it. We're playing the starters.
Yeah, so this is a revenge game, and I don't care if everybody on 97.1, everybody, don't play those guys. You haven't been watching the same people. You haven't been watching the same organization. They're going to go out there, they're going to play their starters, and they're going to beat the San Francisco 49ers dicks in the dirt. And that's what you should expect. That's what they're going to see. Now, if it's the third quarter and they're up 37-10, yes, pull the starters. Yes, rest the starters. But you don't just sit them going into this game.
No. I wouldn't mind if they did. But he already came forward and told you guys last week. Nick?
Yeah, one of the guys specifically that has a bad taste in their mouth, Jahmyr Gibbs, big fumble, big game-changing play. You're going to tell Jahmyr Gibbs not to run his ass off 20 times in this one, 20 touches? Yeah, I don't think so. You think Dan Campbell and the fellas aren't thinking about the Vildor face mask, the Josh Reynolds drops, the massive heartbreaking plays in that game? They're going into San Fran, and they're ready to take their soul. I will tell you that right now. They don't want to just beat them. They want to destroy this team that they lost a 17-point lead to in the second half of the NFC Championship game.
And real quick, before we go any further on this game that we're playing today, that this is the pregame show for.
Yes, sir.
You know, the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football. We got Vikings fans in the chat, and one of them says, Vikings live rent-free in the Lions' head. So a Vikings fan.
That's in our chat.
In our chat.
For a Lions game?
For a Lions game against the 49ers.
We're in their.
We're in there. Go hug a woman. Go raise a child. Go live your life.
Touch grass.
Instead, you're just being a bitch. Oh, man, I can't wait for these stupid fucking pussies to get put in their place next week. But we got other stupid fucking pussies to put in their place, and they all live in San Francisco. And I am excited. I don't care that this game means nothing, which it does. This game means nothing. I don't care that Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk are out. I don't care that Kyle Shanahan's having a midlife crisis or his wife's leaving him or he's balding or whatever's going on with him. No, I don't know. He's just not it this year.
The storylines run the storylines.
It is going to feel so good to just put our nuts all over the 49ers today. Because they talk a lot of shit. And Lindsey Hunter, Uncle Izzy, I'm looking at you, man. You've been real quiet this season talking that shit. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niners dead. Dan Campbell's coming into Levi Stadium, and he's going to put you in the coffin and send you into a rebuild for the next 20 years.
Speaking of that rebuild, the dynasty's already over. This team, a dynasty that never won the Super Bowl, it's over. And we're about to, like you said, bury them tonight.
It's wild. That's the wildest part about that run they had.
They're done.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to get the Super Bowl out of it. You don't know what's going to happen with Brock Purdy. We're talking about all that and more when we get back. But what kind of bill we got to pay, Chris? What's up next?
Taller, long drink, New Holland Brewing Company. I mean, it's a match made in heaven. delicious, real grapefruit puree and gin-based cocktail made here in Michigan. So it's not fraudulent. It's not made in Green Bay. It's made here in Michigan, so you know it tastes great. You know it gets the job done and takes care of business. Taller Long Drink and New Holland Brewing Company. Go check them out. You can find them at a Total Wine near you. They're delicious.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Where the best pregame in the city is. It's here at Second Best Bar, 42 Watson Street in Detroit. Make sure you come check it out. Sponsored by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Les Stanford Chevrolet. Come out and hang out with us at Second Best, man. It's the best spot in Detroit.
What up, welcome back to the pregame show. Do you have to say that again after you do it?
No, I mean, just say we're at Second Best.
Yeah, the music threw me off. I apologize. All right. What the fuck? I mean, what is this 49ers team? Is it, they still can punch in the mouth, no? I mean,
no.
Just matchup-wise.
They're dead.
Dunzo.
They're dead. They got nothing to play for. They got no heart. Their coach is a pussy. Like, they're
damn.
Like, this
he did take shots at Goff this year. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Multiple times. And you didn't hear that, Nick?
No.
He basically hit he's good when he has everything around him.
Wow.
And then he did a sit-down piece I was listening to on the way here that they do on the 49ers, Dan Campbell sits down with Danny Rodgers. They do it with some old white dude. Did it again. He's like, yeah, he's a really good quarterback when he has, like, the right situation around him. And, like, he's playing, like, he can play the best quarterback in the league, like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Which I do a little scratch. But either way, I don't know. I feel like you don't put that out there as, like, the opponent, as the rival. Like, no.
No. This is, like I said, this isn't the Dan Campbell coached Lions team going into Green Bay last week of the season, nothing to lose other than knock them off. Like, this is the Kyle Shanahan coach team. We're the 49ers. They don't have
bang, Niner gang.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. They don't have it. They're not like that. They're not cut like the Lions. They're going to be checked out, bro. These guys are, like DJ Moore, already in Cancun.
Dennison.
Yeah, so Denniston, they're already in Cancun. This is going to be an ass whooping.
Yeah, I know. Like they're, and it makes sense why they crumble in big spots too. Because I feel like they're in their head. How long is people been on Debo's ass this year in terms of like being a good receiver?
Debo is fat. He's me. Like Debo is. I'm fat. Debo Samuel's fat. Have you seen that guy playing out there? He's a Popeye's biscuit away from a right guard. Like he's not even close to a tight end. The dog. He's
dropping balls.
You opened my eyes to it a couple years ago when you were like, he's not that good. Look at his. He's really only had one good year.
He really did. And everyone's like, all two fists on that thing. I think he is a weapon, but he's not like what he was ever made out to be.
No, he's like
2 years ago.
He's a fat Percy Harvin. Like that's literally what he is.
That's on the money.
He's a short Cordero Patterson.
Yeah.
Like that's all
without
this guy
the speed.
He's a gadget, man.
Yeah.
And people call him Kadarius Toney with a BBL. Like the dude is not that good, man. I can't wait for Brian Branch to crack him when he's coming across the middle.
He might need help. That's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy these days.
Speaking about somebody getting cracked, hopefully it's not Jahmyr Gibbs by the middle linebacker, Fred Warner. We talk about players and people rolling over for this game. This guy's not going to. Fred Warner's not going to do that, and that's why I believe the 49ers, who are on the field, they're going to give it their all, fellas. This is now their Super Bowl, giving it to the Lions at their home turf. I mean, honestly, fellas, there's no way that this team rolls over the way that the Chicago Bears did last week.
I think
I
they
don't
will.
see it.
I think they will.
I think this is their Super Bowl now.
I think Vic's got a point. This is not the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are a shitty franchise. This is the 49ers.
This is the 40. This is
more pristine.
This isn't your older brother's 49ers. This is the shell of a 49ers team. They are broken. They're thinking like, oh shit, our season ends after next week. We don't have to do a deep playoff run. We don't have to worry about it. They're buying vacation homes. They're booking cruise packages. They're calling Instagram models to meet them in Cabo. Like, these guys are checked out, bro. Fred Warner, he's a different beast. He's a different animal. He's still going to be flying around. But one player doesn't make a team, man.
They're made up of the Fred Warners, though. I mean, they're a good squad. One of the guys they have that's going to be out tonight, though, it's Darius Ward. Obviously lost his daughter. I think he's just out now personally for the rest of the season because of that. But it's the Chicago Bears, man. I think they're going to give you a punch. They're going to give you the best shot. I don't know how hard it's going to land.
Isn't good enough.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah,
not even close to being good enough.
That's where I'm at with it.
Even if they play on their P's and Q's and they're dotting I's all over the field, they can't keep up with us.
That's the game. That's the name of the game tonight, really, with the defense the way it is.
I mean, not like we'll be able to stop no Trent Williams, no Christian McCaffrey, no Brandon Ayuk.
Isaac Guerrero's barely coming back, too. He's got a foot and hamstring injury.
He's not going to be there. This is going to be a massacre, dude. Basically their whole starting offensive line is out. Like, this is going to be a flogging on national television.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about belt to ass, this is going to be switched to back. Like, this is going to be bad.
It's funny that Kyle Shanahan had that to say about JG when he's got that right now in Brock Purdy.
Yeah, you got a nobody. You're drafting a new quarterback next year, or you're paying Brock Purdy $50 million.
I wouldn't pay Brock Purdy $50 million.
I would not pay Brock Purdy. You don't want to pay Goff $50 million. No. And Brock Purdy is not as good as Jared Goff.
Not this year.
He's got the athleticism, but that's it.
Nick?
Speaking of Brock Purdy, fellas, that's another guy. Obviously, he's going to lay it all on the line. Brock Purdy needs a contract, fellas. Yeah. Do not think for a second this 49er team is going to roll over. That's just not going to be the case.
I agree with you, Nick.
I really don't think so. Plus, I mean, obviously, you talk about the $50 million. He's got to prove something without all of these weapons that he has out on offense.
Cars.
What?
He's bought the entire offensive line, brand new whips.
Yeah.
They owe him.
They owe him for sure.
He better hope he gets that $50 million after that. That's a brand deal.
What Lamar Jackson bought his offensive lineman?
No.
It was like hunting rifles that they used to shoot like giant fucking, I forget what animal it was, but it's like these super high caliber hunting rifles. He bought every single one of his linemen.
Damn.
And Joe Burrow bought all of his offensive linemen customized katanas.
That's fucking dope.
It's fucking sweet.
That's actually sick.
Jared Goff bought his offensive lineman Yeti coolers full of like grade A beef and Wagyu and shit. That's sweet, dude.
What would you rather get out of those three? Get the cars, katanas,
the hunting rifle for sure.
Guns. I'll throw in the coolers too.
The hunting rifle
still.
Well, a car.
I think a car, right?
Yeah, car's pretty.
Didn't Goff buy him like quads last year or something?
No, he got him watches.
Oh yeah,
he went to Jared.
Yeah, he
bust down rolling.
He went to Jared with the bust down rolling.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Nick a lot in terms of, like, I think the 49ers are going to show up. It's like you said, though. I don't think their best shot will necessarily be enough to defeat the Detroit Lions, and that's what it's going to come down to for me in this one. I do think they have – I can't even say they have the strength, and that offense has not been the same at all.
They don't. They don't have the strength in anything.
The new defense coordinator hasn't really proven much yet.
No.
Like, their front, I remember it was Rob Saleh, and it was DeMeco Ryans. Like, that's starting to thin out a little bit.
Yeah.
They had that one guy last year,
they have
they
a
fired
good
him.
defensive head coach.
Yeah,
you know?
Steve Wilkes they fired him. I remember the entire way through. Kyle Shanahan hated that guy. The defensive coordinator, he was always bitching at him. Entire way through the playoffs. Yes, I mean, we're going to win, man.
We're going to win. It's
That's it, guys.
We'll
see after.
Yeah, I got some bets to give out. This is going to be an easy win, man.
Nick, because you're the ones. I mean,
you're the Niners fan
too.
Jesus.
I know. I don't want.
What?
Who makes you nervous? I guess for them showing up.
Honestly, it's the defense for the 49ers. It's
really,
I mean, yeah. What do you think? I'm super scared of Brock Purdy without the weapons?
Yeah.
I'm really not too scared about it. I mean, you talk about Brock Purdy and how he made plays in that NFC Championship game and how the Lions have lost in the past, fellas. It's with his feet. If he is going to do something, it's going to be scrambling for some big first downs And on third down, that is just extending drives, keeping the ball away from a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs to be able to assert his dominance in this game. But I think it starts with Fred Warner. That's why the first name out of my mouth today as a 49er was him. Yeah. He's an elite linebacker. He can cause havoc for Sam Laporta and for a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs out the backfield.
I love Fred Warner.
How do you guys plan on attacking Warner?
You're a fan of the all-white team. They got Ricky Pearsall, too. You don't worry about him at all?
You are a fan of the all-white team.
Oh, my God. I'm not worried about Ricky Pearsall at all.
Nick would definitely buy an all-white Cooper DeJean jersey.
That should be hard a little bit.
It would be hard. Ku Klux Clamps. Shout out to Raise the Sales. Shout out to 9mm in the chat. Appreciate you all tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button again. We're here at Second Best. Come out and join us. We're going to be watching the game here. It's going to be a good time. But how are we going to attack Fred Warner? That's how you asked?
How do you not let him become a difference maker in this game?
You block him. You use your offensive line, which is the best in the NFL, and you block him. You know what?
Throw an extra tight end on him? What are you doing?
It's really simple. You block him, and he doesn't make the plays. Oh, I like hat for a hat our guy versus Fred Warner in the hole, whether it be Frank Ragnow, whether it be Christian Mahogany, whether it be Graham Glasgow, whether it be Kevin Zeitler, whoever it is, one of those guards on those run plays that chips their guy and then goes up to the second level, whether it be Penei Sewell pulling across the field and screaming up the hole. Pause. You send guys at Fred Warner, you put a head on a hat, because I trust Jahmyr Gibbs one-on-one versus anybody else on that defense. I'm saying make sure Fred Warner's blocked and then let Jahmyr Gibbs take somebody's lunch, like in the hole versus a nickel or a corner or their fourth-string linebacker because Greenlaw's not playing.
No, Greenlaw.
You put a hat on Fred Warner and you let Jahmyr Gibbs beat somebody else, and that's a touchdown.
To be honest with you, and this is not to discredit Fred Warner at all, I don't know that a middle linebacker by itself can carry the defense like that. I'm not so much worried about the defense.
I love Fred Warner, though.
Their offense simply because we're lacking defensively. Like, I'm more worried about the Brock Purdy scrambling on those plays and getting to I'm not saying Ricky Pearsall is a world beater at all by any means, but if Brock Purdy's breaking a play and he's able to get open, I think it's more going to be essentially what we were kind of saying last week, that race to 34.
Yeah.
The way that the defense is stacked up for us. If we show more than that, I almost want to see more than that.
Even like with our depleted offense, or our depleted defense, excuse me, we're going against their depleted. They're missing the same things respectively on offense that we are on defense. Their best three players.
Yeah.
We look Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, Brandon Ayuk. Those are their best three offensive players.
That's true.
You're missing all of them. We're missing Aiden Hutchinson. We're missing Ali McNeil. And then Carlton Davis. And those are three of your best five defenders. So,
match.
Yeah, you're evenly matched. And I trust Aaron Glenn to look at Brock Purdy and say, you're a bitch. You're not beating us. Like, that's what it comes down to.
I got one name that you left out of that when we get back.
All right. You heard that. Sounds like it's time to make some money, Chris. What do we got? Les Stanford. If you want to beat the holiday rush, go into Les Stanford today. You can get a great new deal. You got the Blazer EV2 LT with all-wheel drive for $149 per month, or the Equinox EV LT for $169 per month. Les Stanford, check it out today. They got a bunch of different locations and a bunch of different brands. It's not just Chevrolet. They got Buick, GMC, Cadillac. Anything you need, Les Stanford, check it out.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Watch Party website. We're doing the pregame show. But you know the live watch party at Hayes Social for every single Lions game. Go check it out. Make sure you tap in. It's going to be KG and Justin. And then you got Stick and Anson as always on the postgame show. It is Hayes Social. Go check it out. Presented by New Holland Brew Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila.
What up, though? Welcome to the Detroit Lions pregame show with the Heavyweights Takeover 4. Detroit Lions versus San Francisco 49ers. I'm Easy Joe by Smo Rax. We're also brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Taller Long Drink, the Tangerine Space Machine, and more. Tullamore Dew is what I meant to say, actually. Also, Les Stanford Chevrolet. Spinny.
Yes.
We kind of just find out like where the sweet spot is in this match. I feel like none of us agree right now. Nick, you got the defense. You got no one.
No one.
I'm thinking offense.
Nobody,
babe. Chat, where's the chat at? What up, Nick?
Yeah, I was going to mention one guy that Spenny left out of the offense that is in this game. Their biggest weapon of this game is a guy in George Kittle. Obviously one of the best tight ends in the league for a long time now. It feels like we've been a lot better against tight ends this year, even though Cole Kmet got one last game. How are you guys feeling about the matchup of Kittle against this Lions team and specifically their depleted linebackers?
I'm feeling fine. I mean, here's the situation. Because we know what Spinny's going to say. Lions blow out every game, every week. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Doesn't matter who's on the other side of the ball. Kittle's going to do his thing.
Yeah.
But it's very similar to the conversations we've had in the past about when we had Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put up numbers.
Or
doesn't
Justin
mean you're winning the
Jefferson
game at the end of the day.
Lions.
And to be honest with you, like I don't think that's a shame on our linebackers if he has a good game either. Like I still like our guy Jack Campbell. I still like. To be honest with you, I think Brian Branch probably finds himself more matched up against George Kittle. Maybe obviously a few linebacker situations too, Ezekiel Turner or whatnot. But even if they do get beat every once in a while, that's one of the top 10 best tight ends all time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're still going to win the game at the end of the day. I'm not tripping over really.
No, I'm not. Not at all. 2 players. You're talking about 2 players that we should be worried about, Fred Warner and George Kittle. Not worried about it. These guys, first of all, could you think of two more insignificant positions to try to win a game? Like, look out, our middle linebacker and our tight end are going to beat you. No, you're fucking not. Trust me. Like,
I agree.
George Kittle could go out there and
could be one.
George Kittle could go out there, could have 165 yards and 2 touchdowns, and they could lose 37-14. Like, I'm not worried about George Kittle. This team is not good enough. They are not good enough. They don't have the talent. They don't have the balls. They don't have the coaching. Goodbye. Will George Kittle do well? Yes, George Kittle is a fantastic player. He will do well. He's going to look good. You know, he's going to be like the diamond sitting in the pile of shit. Because the team can't beat us.
I don't know. I really wish, man, it kind of pissed me off that they gave – I understand the game this is supposed to be, but it hasn't shook in that way this season. I really wish they would have bumped us out of this Monday night spot and put somebody else here. Because this morning, waking up and having to see the fucking stupid, ugly purple team in that one spot, I just don't even like seeing that.
They're going to be there for –
It shouldn't be that way. We know what it is. It's going to be a tie situation, but that's like one of those, like, you speak it into existence type things, I feel like. I don't know, man.
They're going to have a fun 24 hours. You know,
they should have bumped that game to this Monday night game. The Packers-Vikings one.
Yeah. I don't think you can do that.
Packers still would have choked.
Yeah.
I guess you can't bump the Monday nights, can you?
No.
I don't think you can.
But, you know, like I said, they're going to have their nice 24 hours, and then we're going to take our spot rightfully as the first-place team in the NFC. And, everything's going to go back to normal, and then we just got to wait for those pussies to come to Detroit, and then we could slap them around and then go on vacation for a week.
I guess if I had to pick one guy chat, by the way, send your names into like who you nervous about in this game, who Detroit's got to stop, who's going to pop up to make this a game, who's going to be an absolute blowout. Let us know what you guys are thinking. If I had to pick the one guy, it's the same guy that I wouldn't give $50 million to, and it's Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Just for everything we were saying earlier, just sit in plays. Because the way he operates is finding the open guy. I mean, he is a system guy, very much so. He is exactly what Kyle Shanahan tried to describe Jared Goff as, but maybe even a lesser version, probably a little bit more athletic. He's not as well-rounded as Jared Goff. He hasn't been in the league long enough. The way JG used to find these guys off rip, like the blitz used to be a weakness of our guy JG. Even actually the one-on-one I was listening to on the way in, they were asking Kyle Shanahan, like, how do you slow down this guy Jared Goff? He's a phenomenal year, blah, blah. Well, you have to get him to move his feet. You have to get him to reset himself. And then the interviewer said,
no.
Listen, he's been doing that this year, and he's reset his feet and finding the guy still.
Better cut the tape on, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle was like, well, we just need another guy there. Yeah. Like, Brock Purdy hasn't hit that stage in his development yet. But if there's one guy that could, cut up the Detroit Lions, it's him. And if he takes that next step or just finds open guys, I'm not going to say they're as talented as us in this matchup.
Nope.
But I think they do have the coaching. I don't think they have the will. We got a lick-back game.
Kyle Shanahan is a good offensive mind. He is a good analytical coach. He's a good play caller. He's not a motivator. He's not a leader. He's choked every time he's had the opportunity to win the thing overall, whether it be in Atlanta or San Francisco. He is a choke artist. And we choked against him last year. We did, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about no Kyle Shanahan. He's a good play caller. He'd be one of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But that's not a guy you follow into war.
Yeah.
That's a guy you make sure is not sleeping with your sister.
That's why I got kicked out of Atlanta.
That's why you got kicked out of Atlanta, yeah. Dan Quinn almost killed him.
We're just smear campaigning him. I don't know how he is a leader or coach, to be honest with you. But I respect him a little bit more than that, just because to even get there that far that many times, it's commendable. And even last year's going toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes with the Brock Purdy, it coming down to overtime, that was
look at the roster.
That's impressive,
dude.
But a lot of teams got good roster.
Not like that.
I don't know, dude.
Not
he's a
like
good
that.
coach, dude. I'm not discounting him as a coach. I can't.
No, like I said, he's a good offensive mind.
If he's never had that next level up of quarterback, and he's still getting the job done. If he were to get the Stafford trade for McVay, right? They got their perceived level up. No disrespect to our guy. But that's what they got, and they won the damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Kyle Shanahan's gotten that caliber guy.
He wanted Trey Lance, so that's all you got to say.
Didn't want Trey Lance. That did not work out. You guys want me to be wrong about a light-skinned quarterback? It's that one.
That is 1,000%.
Sure.
That Trey Lance is the worst trade in NFL history.
And then he got a couple reps. I don't think he got in-season game reps, but I saw preseason.
And he looked bad. He threw 5 interceptions.
Jameson Williams. Yeah, he's really just like Jameson Williams. It's
Jameis Winston.
Huh?
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, I apologize. Yeah, it was either sick-ass play or dumb-ass play.
Yeah.
Nick, you read something?
Yeah, it's just
He's
to
the white
me,
Will Levis, or the black Will Levis.
Spencer sounds the most confident here, so I want to pose this to you. What do you know that Vegas doesn't when this is still only a 3.5-point spread going to Candlestick, when Dan Campbell already said he's not resting any of his starters? What do you see from Vegas' side that we all aren't seeing right now?
That's what it is. Vegas is praying for the backdoor cover.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Vegas knows that the Lions are going to get up big early. They're going to pull their starters. They're going to put in some guys, and they think that the 49ers are going to make a game of it in the fourth quarter. But I don't think that's going to happen. Because even if we pull our starters, I could see Hendon Hooker going out there and dotting up this team in the second.
Balling.
Yeah, I could see the second – I could see Ukwu going out there and causing hell for Brock Purdy in the second half. They must not know who these guys are or what they're built like. Every single player on this team is going to go out there and is going to try to kill every player on the 49ers. So that's what Vegas is looking for. Let's go into the mind of a Las Vegas. Mr. Vegas is thinking
Mr. Vegas.
The Lions are going to get up big early. They're going to pull their starters, and San Fran will make a game of it in the fourth quarter because they're playing backups. But I don't even see that. I see this as a Philly versus Dallas. I see this as a good versus bad, a team you hate, a team you want to make feel pain, and you're going to go out there and you're going to inflict pain on them. On the scoreboard, you little pussies out there. they're going to go out there, and like I said, it's not going to be belt to ass. It's going to be switch to back. They are going to be beating them up and down the field.
Nick, your rebuttal response?
Yeah, I mean, I'm confused as all hell by this line, to be quite honest.
I mean, I'm about to parlay with a couple things right now.
Yeah, if something seems fishy, it is.
Oh.
I mean, we talked about that Bengal game for sure. But I saw this ridiculous comment. I'm not even reading it.
Read it.
Read it.
From James, if the Lions lose tonight, they have a better chance to win the Super Bowl.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I think he's coming from the point of, like, sometimes a loss is a slap in your face, like, just wake the fuck up.
We got one from the Bills. I don't think they need another one.
Yeah, that Cowboys loss, that was a slap in the face. That really propelled us into the Super Bowl last year because that's all I heard about that. Oh, it's a good loss. You need a loss like that.
To be fair,
that's going to make them better.
The guys on the team said that. They
it didn't work.
Having that loss. I mean, it worked. I mean, it worked in terms of getting that first playoff victory we haven't had 30 years.
Yeah, we knew we were going to get that.
I don't think that's crazy.
Supercell Sucks says tonight's game matters. Next week could result in a tie. I mean, I didn't even think of that, but he has a point. Next week could result in a tie. I mean, it's truthful.
No, it's not.
So that's the situation. Is that we have to look that up? I don't know, but like if it is,
we beat them once.
We
and
would
we tied
have
with
to
the
beat
same
the
record.
49ers.
Do you think San Francisco or Dan Campbell would allow a game to end in a tie?
I don't think he would have an option if it does.
I think it's a mythical thing like that.
I think he would do it. Like he'd be doing everything he could to make sure it wouldn't tie.
We don't think he's doing that against the Bills. Make sure everything he could. Make sure
they didn't tie. Did they tie that game?
No,
obviously, the tie is like
exactly. He had two onside kicks.
You can't just will everything.
He had two onside kicks in that game. So yeah, he was doing everything he could to make sure that they would win.
They didn't. So a tie can still happen.
It's not.
He doesn't want that.
He tied against the Pittsburgh Steelers when he had a shit team.
I think we have the largest margin of victory in the NFL of any team.
By far.
Yeah.
By like 50 points.
Because you look at because they didn't beat us, we would still go in.
Yes.
Because we beat them.
Yeah, we already
even
beat
if we did tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that would make this 49ers game matter more, but no, it doesn't matter because we beat the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried.
I'm also, not worried either about the Vikings. Let me just say that flat out. I'm the Vikings guy on the show, quote unquote, because I picked them early in the year. I hate the Vikings. Do not get me wrong. I think that they are extremely.
Sounds like you're forcing it.
Yeah. I think they're good.
Who are you trying to make believe?
Take two. Try it again.
Jesus Christ! Back to the desk.
No. What were you gonna say?
They're a good football team. Am I scared of them after we already beat them in their home field? No. In their dome? No. I'm not scared at all of them to come into Ford Field. This is basically gonna be the biggest game of the playoffs before the playoffs. Yeah. It really is. And I think it's going to propel you into the playoffs, and you get the bye, so you're going to be all set after taking care of business at home against the Vikings.
I got to be honest with you. We're on the opposite side of that conversation the last time around. I'm more nervous about the Vikings now than I was then. I think they've gotten better. I think Sam Darnold's gotten better. Like it used to be, he was really the same system guy. You were talking about like Kevin O'Connell pulling the strings. That throw to Jordan Addison, a touchdown yesterday, beautiful throw. Had a couple of them to Justin Jefferson last week, too. I know you make a face, and I'm just as much as Lions fans, too, but if I'm being like analytical about it, like Sam Darnold's going to evolve.
No, they've gotten better throughout the season for sure.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're coming to our house.
No.
We beat them in their house. So should I be worried about us losing at home against them? No, I'm not. It's going to be good. I'm not going to say they're going to I'm not going to say they're going to blow them out or anything. Yeah, I'm not that stupid. I said 31-27 on Twitter yesterday. Lions win 31-27. It's going to be a good game for sure. Yeah. That's a good team. I'm not downplaying the Vikings. Good team, very well coached, very deep.
Yeah.
Lions are better. And they've proven it already this season, and they're going to prove it again next week. That's those jalapeno wontons.
Who's that more demoralizing for?
The Vikings.
If they losing that one, having to go on the road, 5th seed, not 2, 3, 4, 5th seed, road warriors the rest of the way through
to Tampa Bay.
Fuck that, dude.
Baker mania. Baker threw 5 touchdowns yesterday, dude.
And it's not like division games sometimes are close. Like they blew them out.
Nick, you want to cook it around the league?
For sure.
Short notice?
Yeah, gotcha. I'll cook one real quick.
All right, let's go to break. We're going to come back, and Nick's going to have an Around the League perfectly ready to go. Now, I can throw some of my bets out there, too, and give him some time. But
get some bets, over-unders.
What's the read, Chris? Sabbath Coffee Roasters, locally sourced specialty coffee, dropped off right at your doorstep. Use code word Woodward on SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com to get 25% off your first subscription order. Why would you go wait in line for 20 minutes in the middle of in the morning? That means you have to wake up early to put this into your scheme. You got to wait in line to get a cup of coffee that's average when you could have delicious coffee dropped off at your doorstep. SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Code word Woodward. You'll get 25% off your first order. Locally roasted. Support local. It's a Michigan company. Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Main, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network, Woodward Sports.
The pregame show at the best bar in Detroit. It is second best Detroit here at 42 Watson Street. Make sure you come out and join us every home game and for special games. Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football, the heavyweights will be here. It's normally Neil and Sean, but it's always presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, and Les Stanford Chevrolet. Come out to second best Detroit. They got the best chicken sandwich in the city, and it's just a great spot to catch a game.
All right, fellas. Obviously, I think we all kind of feel strong about the Detroit Lions winning this game. Some for Vegas doesn't feel that way. We're still trying to figure that out. I have no idea what it is. But either way, speaking of Vegas, let's make some money.
Yes.
Let's capitalize on those guys being a little bit of dumbasses, huh?
Yes.
Spinny, I know you've been cooking up all week.
Not really. I just put in most of these like 10 minutes ago.
All right. You want Kanye Jay-Z it?
Yeah, we can Kanye Jay-Z it. I got the first one. Started off right. Started off with a guy that they're going to try to get the ball to. A guy that they should be trying to get the ball to because of how explosive he is and what he does in the offense. But they got a little extra reason because they want to get him 1,000 yards.
Okay.
And obviously I'm talking about stud wide receiver Jameson Williams. Because we know, why do we love to bet Jameson Williams yards, Easy?
They sleep on it. It can happen any play.
And it can happen any play. One play is all it takes for that man. It could be 50. It could be 60. It could be anything. But you know what I'm doing? I'm playing it safe a little bit. Plus 410. Jameson Williams, 30-plus yards in the first quarter. I think they go to him.
You're playing it safe.
I think they go to him early. I think they go to him early. And I think they go to him down the field. Like I said, they did last time.
Yeah.
He was the best player on this team in the NFC Championship game the last time they played the 49ers. I think they take at least one shot to Jameson Williams early. Jameson Williams plus 30 yards in the first quarter is plus 410.
Okay. I like that.
Just put a 10 spot on it. You know, nothing crazy.
30 yards?
Don't put 30-plus yards in the first quarter.
I like that, Spinny, because here's where I'm going with my bet, and the reason why I'm going this bet, by the way, too, because it's not a Detroit Lion. But Jameson Williams' first quarter makes a lot of sense because, as you said, if we do take off in this game, the way we're expecting a little bit here, you probably want to rest your starters for next week's big game.
Yeah.
So I'm taking San Francisco 49ers receiver. They're constantly fighting comeback. The old white boy, Nick's favorite, Ricky Pearsall.
I don't even know Ricky Pearsall.
23.5 over under. They're going to be passing the ball game.
I mean, yeah, it's cool. I'm not betting on no fucking 49ers.
But I'm just, any Detroit line you take today, you got to consider the fact that they may sit out that second half because that's
exactly why you should look at a guy like Timmy motherfucking Patrick. Because if they rest the starters, you know Tim Patrick's still going to be out there. You know Tim Patrick's still going to be grinding. And his over-under for the game.
Jefferson touchdown, boys.
His over-under for the game, I would ride that, is 20. Pause. Is 20. Tim Patrick over-under 27.5 for the game. I put a unit on that. I think that's going to hit. Again, the depth of his throws, he's normally a 10, 12-yard guy. That's where they target him. That's where they give him the ball. And so I think that's 2 catches that he can make that happen. Tim Patrick, if they get up early, he's still going to see some use throughout the game. And even if they don't get up early or pull the starters, he's still a guy that's in the game plan. So
20.5?
27.5. Minus 110.
Yeah, I think back to that Dallas game. He had that big one over the sideline. That might be a little bit Jamo territory. That could be one catch for him. Yeah. To be honest with you, you get a little bit of yak on that sometimes too.
Yeah, that's one of my bigger bets. I put a unit on that one. I sprinkled a couple. Another one I sprinkled. Or you want to go?
I was gonna say this is kind of already obvious or not, but like it's not a specific player. The spread 3.5.
Yeah, I put $100 on the spread.
I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What if you're cooking this up, putting all this shit? You better sprinkle a little fucking 3.5.
You better throw the 3.5. Yeah, I put 2 units on the spread.
I think an alt.
I think that one that's easy money. Another one. This is a sprinkle. I put a $15 on it.
Okay.
Amon-Ra St. Brown first touchdown score.
I like that.
Amon-Ra St. Brown first touchdown score. We know he is, once again, going to be a first-team All-Pro wide receiver in the NFL. He is once again the focal point of the Detroit Lions offense outside of the running game. It's Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is top 3 in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns. They're going to get him the ball. I like it at first touchdown scorer. I would put 2 units on an Amon-Ra St. Brown anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
But first touchdown scorer, I put $15 on it. It's plus 650.
Okay. Nick, what have you been cooking up this week?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff I was cooking up has been JMO. I think against the San Francisco 49ers, you saw it last time we played them, speed kills in these games against good defenses. I know they're banged up as all hell. So are we. I think you got to let your superstars shine, and I think JMO is an absolute superstar in these type of games to take over on the road, get momentum early. I do like the 30 yards early, Spencer, because honestly, if it's there, if they run Gibbs a couple times, couple first down, they're going to take a shot.
Yeah.
Who better? Because we now have seen Jared Goff connect with him on these deep shots a few times this year. It seems like their momentum and their connection has really hit an all-time high right now. So I like Jameson Williams a lot to have a big game.
Yeah, I got my Jameson Williams parlay. I did one last week and it hit. I took the touchdown off this one, but I just did over 52.5 and over 3.5 receptions, and it's plus 116. I put a unit on it.
I like it.
Nice. George Kittle. I'm just telling you guys where he's at right now.
I was about to say, if your bets go Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, like, come on.
I know I am going. Listen, we're gonna sit our guys. So, yeah, I'm taking their guys. They're going to be constantly passing the ball.
Ricky Pearsall was shot. He was on crack.
66.5 for him. Where you guys at?
That's my favorite call of anybody ever is Stephen A. Smith. And Lamar Odom, who was on crack. That shit's so fucking funny, dude. What was it?
66.5.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it. I'm not putting money. I'm not betting on Niners. But, yeah. I would do that. I don't hate that at all.
Nick?
Honestly, it seems steep for a tight end, but it is George Kittle, and they don't have many other weapons besides your best friend, Ricky Pearsall, that you can't stop talking about here. So I think it's definitely possible for George Kittle to go over. And, I mean, who else are they going to throw the ball to?
I guess they got Jennings, too.
Juwan Jennings is a very good player.
I mean, you guys saw it in that Bills game a little bit. When the quarterbacks that can scramble a little and get out of the pocket, you do see those tight ends seem to, kind of find a way to get open late. So I honestly don't hate George Kittle there. You try and all bias aside.
And I'm going to do it right now. Detroit Lions minus 9.5. It's plus 220. Yeah, plus 220. Yeah, I did. You remember? Because I told you to do it. I said everybody that I was going to do it. when I was hammered, when I was like, yeah, I'm going to do the plus 9 or minus 9.5, I had 49ers minus 9.5, so I just cashed it out, got my money back, and put it on the Lions. When was that? I was hammered.
Christmas? Or day after Christmas?
I think it was the day before, or I don't know.
Oh, New Year's Eve.
New Year's
or
Christmas Eve. Yeah. Yeah, it was the Nog night. It was when we were off the Nog. I said do the Lions minus 9.5. I just checked it because I was about to be like, yeah, I got Lions. I said 49ers. I was like, oh, shit. Cashed it out, though. Got $19 back from 20, so.
Juwan Jennings, 64.5, over-under. Not for your money, just move it into a little bit of over-unders.
Under.
I think I'm going under 2.
Under.
I'm going under.
All right, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to do an Around the League. Who do we got to talk about? Second Best Bar. Second Best Bar. It's the best bar in Detroit, 42 Watson Street. Come out here and have a good time. They got the drinks flowing. They got the best chicken sandwich in the city. I just tried their jalapeno popper wontons. Chef's kiss. Come out to Second Best, a great spot. Before a game, before a night at the casino, before wherever you want to go downtown. It's right in the heart of everything. Second Best Bar. Come check it out.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Main, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Watch Party website, the live watch party, and the post-game show at Hayes Social for every single Lions game. Obviously, me and Easy will not be there tonight, but it will be KG and Justin for the watch party, and then, of course, Stick and Anson for the post-game show, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila.
What up, though? Welcome back to Second Best Bar, brought to you guys by New Holland, Space Dream, Tangerine. They also got the tall and long drink as well. Plus, tell them we're due Irish whiskey and Les Stafford Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Find new roads.
Better find them, dude.
Did they change it?
Yeah, together, let's ride.
Together.
I'm a find new roads guy. That makes me think of the earlier days at Woodward.
Yeah.
When I'd be walking, I'd be like, hey, Leach, find new roads. You can't come down this road. This road's closed. You better find a new road.
Yeah, I wonder why they changed it.
Together, let's drive. I don't know. I'm not a marketing guy. I could be though.
Either am I.
I'm a good idea, man.
I'm a good idea, man.
All right, time for a heavyweight huddle brought to you by Second Best Bar. Let's
Shout
go.
out.
Jordan Love.
Real quick. Sorry. Before we get completely off of it, I put in over the break, Craig Reynolds anytime touchdown is plus 430. I like that.
Jamar Jefferson plus 1,100.
Jamar Jefferson's Goff plus 1,100.
Oh, 1,100. Sorry,
Jared
Jamar
Goff
Jefferson.
anytime touchdown was 1,100. That one was talking to me like the Green Goblin mask, but I didn't do it.
Jamar Jefferson 1,000. I apologize.
All right, fellas. Jordan Love chokes again, and Sam Darnold becomes the first quarterback ever to win 14 games with a new team. Thoughts on the championship celebration in that locker room, fellas? And is Sam Darnold the quarterback for the Vikings next season?
I mean, you can't see a team celebrate like that after a regular season win.
Come to the dark side, baby. Come on.
And not extend it.
Come on.
They have to now.
They got to.
They have to.
And
it could be a Geno, Daniel Jones type extension, but I don't think he'd sign that. I think he wants security. I think he wants a 4 or 5 year deal, fully guaranteed, couple $100 million. And he's going to get that from somebody.
You're tripping.
You don't think he'll get that?
It's going to be a 3-year deal. Like 3 years.
I don't know.
First 2 years guaranteed.
$150?
It's steep,
1,000 is crazy, DNC.
But maybe.
I mean, you guys have seen how quarterbacks are getting paid.
It's a 10 and then 100-0-0. Right? That'd be.
Yeah, but nobody says 1,000.
I know. I didn't know how else to say it.
No, you're right. Like that's
okay.
For sure 1,000, but it just sounds weird.
Thank God. I've been saying this.
They have to. They have to.
I had to convince you guys 2 weeks ago, but last night when you saw everybody cheering him up, Pip Parade for he's a jolly good fellow, all that good shit. Yeah, dude.
So what do you do with JJ then?
I mean, how crazy is it? There's evidence just as good of a season as us. With Sam Darnold, I mean, that's insane. I hate that.
Hopefully Brian Flores becomes the head coach next year because he's a great coach.
I don't know. I think he's going to get blackballed.
Kevin O'Connell is a great coach.
Phenomenal coach.
And they have a great roster. And, yeah, Sam Darnold, like I was agreeing with Lucas when Lucas said Sam Darnold could be an MVP contention if he started in San Francisco.
Yeah. And
now we're seeing it.
Yeah.
So
we are.
They have to re-sign him. And I just don't know what that means for JJ.
That's great. I mean, JJ's what, 21?
Imagine if they drafted like Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas Jr.
JJ was with Michigan 4 years or just 3?
3.
Just a 3?
Yeah. He's a young guy.
He's only 21. That's crazy. I mean, you could still develop JJ along the way. It's not like he's been practicing this season alongside Sam Darnold getting reps in. That's not even the case. He's been hurt. I didn't think JJ's going to start this year. I remember you and I argued this offseason. I think Sam Darnold is very, very serviceable. Now, beyond that, good. We also got fucking Justin Jefferson.
We got a super chat in the chat, and starting next week, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. We're running an incentive here at Woodward Sports where we're going to be pushing super chats a lot.
We're going to be crazy.
And
for
our show, the heavyweights, we're going to do it like full streamer type shit. Like we're going to set levels, and what you send to us, if you will say what, $20, and we'll do something. You send us a $20 super chat and it says, hey, take your shirt off or do something, we'll do it. Like we're $50, go slap Chris in the booth. I'll do it. $50, he shuts up, mute his mic, we'll do it. So it's going to happen, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But Dirty Donkey sends a $5 super chat. He says,
you just wanted to say the name.
And he sent a super chat.
Yeah,
he says, I want the beating tonight to be so bad the Niners are questioning their manhood while making their woman sandwiches after the game.
Damn.
That's what it's going to be bad. They're going to be Dirty Donkey. They're going to be holding pockets of Detroit Lions players around that field. 49ers are going to be holding pockets on that field tonight.
I can't believe the fucking disrespect lately. I mean, going into this game, the fucking Packers being ranked number 4 over the Detroit Lions, that was fucking insane. This line by Vegas, -3.5, also feels a little bit insane. I do actually need an ass whooping. I'm with you guys on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see it like the Bears game, but enough Vikings love for Sam Darnold. Screw that guy. Don't call it quits yet. Fins up with a real chance to make the playoffs if they beat the Jets and Denver loses to the Chiefs. What do you guys think happens?
That's insane.
Yeah. Don't kill the Fins yet, baby.
Fins are dead, dude.
If they win and the Chiefs beat the Broncos, they're in.
So Sam Darnold was – I'm sorry, not Sam Darnold.
Bengals need both of them to
Tua
lose.
was out yesterday. Was that out for the season?
It was Tyler Huntley.
Out for yesterday.
I don't know.
Like, what was the reason? Because I don't know why Tua was out either. I had to look it up. I fucking hope they don't.
Who are they playing?
You guys, Fins play the Jets, but the Broncos.
See those Bengals in.
Is it in MetLife or is it in Miami?
It is in MetLife.
Okay, all right. Then it should be a decent game at least.
What do you
the Jets looked bad.
So bad.
Aaron
More on
Rodgers
them, more on them.
tapped out, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see the fucking Dolphins in the playoffs.
I want to see the Broncos beat the Chiefs.
I want to see the Broncos the Broncos deserve to be in the playoffs. The Dolphins do not deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see the Dolphins in the playoffs. I would love to see Bo Nix and Sean Payne and Patrick Surtain in the Bo Nix looked good, man. Bo Nix was dropping. Fuck Bo Nix, by the way, because I'm playing in my championship, which I'm losing.
That was an insane start by Stash, by the way.
Yeah.
My fantasy championships in the hands of fucking Bo Nix.
And he went out there and he got like 27 points, dude.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Bo Nix was putting dots out there. That was an impressive performance in a loss.
Are there any Bengals questions on this before I?
No.
Get the Finns the fuck out of here and get Joe Burrow in the goddamn playoffs. What needs to happen for Joe Burrow to get there? Because that's what should get interesting.
Broncos need to lose. Finns need to lose. Broncos win.
That's tough, actually, because Chiefs already came out and said they're sitting everybody. Carson Wentz starting that game. I need the Bengals in there, bro. I need Goodell to get his hands in there the way he does with these Lions games. The way that offsides play was yesterday.
Joe Burrow, yeah. Sorry, Broncos. Like
Fuck Tua. Get them out of there.
Joe Burrow needs to be in the playoffs because Joe Burrow in the playoffs
Josh Allen
could go into Buffalo week 1 and beat the Bills.
Yeah,
he could.
He's done it.
The Broncos aren't doing that. The Dolphins sure as hell aren't doing that. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase could go into Buffalo and beat the Broncos or beat the Bills in the first week of the playoffs. Shout out to Barry Eastbrush in the Woodward Sports Chat. He says Gibbs over under 160 yards from scrimmage. I would go under because I don't think he's going to play a lot in the second half.
Under.
I think they're going to be up a lot. I don't think he plays a lot in the second half, so I would go under on that.
Yeah.
But he could get it in the first half like a madman.
If everybody gets their lick back, one good play, good side play, go sit down. We got, rest up for tomorrow or next week.
Speak about not sitting down. Drew, dance on your grave. Lock just killed the Giants' chance to get the #1 pick in the draft.
Drew Lock, dude.
Is this an all-time low for the Giants, or is letting Saquon walk worse?
I was listening to a podcast. It was like a reel when I was scrolling because I'm a mindless zombie when I scroll Instagram reels. And so I don't know the name of the podcast or any of the people that were on it, but it was like a Giants podcast. And they said that Drew Lock performance, based on EPA, was the best quarterbacking performance in the history of the New York Giants. Wow. It was a top 10 quarterbacking performance in the past 30 years in the NFL. Like, he went out there
and
played. He played the game of. He had over 300 yards. He had 4 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown. The dude absolutely balled. It was Drew Lock, young Jeezy mode, putting on for his city, dog. It was pretty sweet.
Maz was there.
I like Drew Lock. I do. I've always liked Drew Lock. And good, because fuck the Giants. Sorry, Maz, but fuck the Giants. They're stupid. Their general manager is dog shit. And yeah, the one guy on the podcast said, split screen, he was watching Drew Lock cost them the first pick, and then Saquon go over 2,000 yards rushing. He was like, that's the most upset I've been with the Giants in my entire life. Good for Drew Lock, dude. Fuck the Vikings.
17 of 23, 309 yards and 4 touchdowns, no interceptions for Drew Lock yesterday. I get where one of the fans are going to say, like us, we're probably going to say, dumb idiots. These players don't give a fuck about the draft. They're not playing for the next guy to replace them. Like, they're going to go out there and try to win. That being said, that's the most New York Giant thing I've ever seen, and absolutely Saquon Barkley hurts way worse because he's about to break the rushing record.
Shout out to Kinksy in the Woodward Sports Chat. Said $20. He said, Rumple shots. Go Lions, boys. It doesn't start till next week.
Yeah, next week.
But we'll do shots for you because you spent the $20. We'll do the shots. Shout out to you. And Steve Wild says Super Chat, does Easy believe Love is better than Goff?
In the current situations, no.
No, he's not. And shout out to you guys. But yeah, next week, next Monday is when we're starting the Super Chat thing. I just wanted to put it, but we appreciate it regardless. And we'll do some shots for you, brother. Yep. Nick, next one.
All right,
yes, what hurt more, that win or Saquon?
What hurts more, the win for their #1 or Saquon?
Saquon, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you basically just screwed your chance of getting a #1 quarter or one of the top 2 quarterbacks.
You lost a generational running back for peanuts.
I don't even know how good Shador's going to be at this level.
I think Shador's going to be good.
We'll see. But all right, fellas, Ravens 31-2 against the Texans. Bills 40-14 against the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, the most overhyped quarterback coming into the season, along with Jordan Love. Don't get me wrong.
Which one is
but is this the worst quarterback season of all time from Aaron Rodgers with all of the expectations placed on the Jets.
The worst quarterback season?
Yes, of all time with all the expectations that the Jets
I know it was the
had.
worst quarterback season, but it's a fucking horrible season. Yeah, with the expectations. I know a guy that's
Bought into the hype?
Huh? No. I know a guy on the team, and I guess we're dealing with like some type of knee injury since like week 4. So
We're going the injury route for him?
For who?
We're bailing out Aaron Rodgers with an injury?
Aaron
you still
Rodgers
blame
is
him.
fucking cooked.
I saw something come out yesterday that their number 1 wide receiver, because not Devontae Adams.
No.
It's Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Said he would want to get a trade out if Aaron returned.
Yeah, did you see
That
what
bad.
Sauce said?
No.
Oh, the
Free
T.
agency
Higgins?
thing? Yeah, they're like, tell him to come to New York.
He
He's
said,
like,
no, I'm not going to tell him that. That's crazy. And Sauce ain't even that good. Newsflash.
What is going on with the BE stuff in that?
Dante151 in the Woodward Sports Chat says, Mizzou beats Iowa 24-27. Also, freaking lose Dolphins. I want Calais Campbell in Detroit. Also, the Bengals and Lions Super Bowl would be insane. FTP, FTP, FTP. So, for sure, agree with that. Fuck the Packers.
Sure.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, no, you're dead. You're done. You're not a football player anymore. You're an idiot that goes to India and gives yourself enemas in the back of a van. Like, this guy, the best part
And
of this.
you filmed it.
The best part of this. I love you, Maz. Love you, Braylon. Love you, Abe. You guys have to watch a documentary on Netflix about why Aaron Rodgers sucks now. In the offseason, instead of, I don't know, preparing for the NFL season, he was hanging out with Schwitz, Boof, and Molly in India. Like, this is the dumbest thing. I couldn't believe it, dude. He has the crystals and the chakras. That guy is a joke. Aaron Rodgers sucks. Cooked. Good day, sir.
Speaking about not being cooked, Chiefs annihilate the Steelers on Christmas and have now moved to the favorites in the NFL. If you can't bet the Lions to win the Super Bowl, would you guys take the Chiefs?
No.
No. I still wouldn't. And you know what? Patrick Mahomes looks like he's actually warming up. Just getting ready.
Yeah.
300-plus, 3 touchdowns last week against a playoff caliber team in the Pittsburgh Steelers. That division's just so tough, man. I kind of like the Ravens.
I said it before. I'll say it again. The Chiefs aren't winning a playoff game this year. Whoever goes into their house is going to take them out after their bye week. Whether it be the Bills, whether it be the Ravens, whoever it is, I would take the Bills and the Ravens. I know this is like ridiculous for me to say.
Low seed could be Joe Burrow.
Oh my God, dude! I would.
That would be crazy.
I would Burrowhead. Come on.
He's coming there and bully him like that.
I respect the Chiefs. Obviously, you have to. I respect Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, you have to. Travis Kelce is tapped out.
Cooked.
He had a good game, finally.
Did he? What did he do?
Yeah, I think he had over 60. Every time he had the ball, he was open. I don't have his stats from last Christmas.
Travis Kelce is tapped out. They don't have any wide receivers. Pacheco doesn't look like he did last year.
I'll look it up.
And the defense isn't as good as it was last year. They've been winning games because they are a great team and they have Super Bowl pedigree. That shit isn't going to fly in the playoffs. And if it does, it's Chiefs black magic.
Speaking
about 29-10 Pittsburgh Steelers only sneaking by. They might go down the AFC
Russell
Championship.
Wilson sucks.
Speaking about those other 2 top teams in the AFC, fellas, you got to start with Josh Allen and then you got to think of Lamar. Are those two, out of those two, who's the MVP to you guys, and does Goff still have a chance to sneak in?
No, Goff cannot win the MVP anymore.
Hater. Not a real fan.
It's between 4 guys, and it's Lamar.
Goff ain't one?
It's Lamar, Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, and Joe Burrow. Those are your MVP candidates.
Who's your MVP
Joe
right
Burrow,
now?
My MVP right now is still Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's between.
Realistically, it's between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, there should be an argument for Joe Burrow. Absolutely, that's tough. It'd be between he and Josh Allen. To be honest with Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, who it should be between. But it's Lamar and Josh Allen. I'm going Josh Allen. Lamar fucking playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Fantastic team.
It's
Josh
insane.
Allen was supposed to die this year.
He was.
He was not supposed to be doing any of this, and he's having an MVP.
I thought Sean McDermott was going to be fired after this year.
He has 43 total touchdowns in this season, Josh Allen.
Everyone called me crazy. No,
they called me a madman.
Jaden Daniels solidifies the Rookie of the Year last night, bringing the Commanders back to the playoffs under new ownership and a new head coach. Fellas, you taking Jaden Daniels over C.J. Stroud.
I'm taking Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix over C.J. Stroud. Or over, you said C.J. Stroud?
C.J. Stroud.
Oh,
your boy from last year with his sophomore
Williams.
I said it. Cut the clip.
I thought it was going to be. I thought you meant Caleb Williams.
He was your boy last year.
No, I'm not gonna do that just yet. C.J. Stroud had a bad year. He had a down year, but C.J. Stroud's rookie year was more impressive than Jaden Daniels' rookie year. Same kind of situation. Like, nobody thought that team was going to be as good as it was. Even though they're down and he's having a down year, they still won that division. So, no. Did he have a better year? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say no.
He struggled.
But no, I'm taking C.J. Stroud over.
I don't know, dude. Listen, I don't think he's Lamar at all.
No.
But you know, sometimes Lamar just runs because he knows he can. As you watched Jaden Daniels last night, he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to run until we get this thing done.
That's what he did in LSU, dude. He had over 1,000
3 game-winning drives as a rookie. Ah, man,
That's
I
kind of
really
magic
liked
dust,
what I saw on
That's kind of
C.J.
pixie
Stroud
dust.
last year. Yeah.
That's 3 game-winning drives, one of them being a Hail Mary.
But he's got to get better. There's got to be an evolution to this. He's like kind of skinny now. He might get a
That's
little.
what we were saying about C.J. Stroud.
I know.
And he took a sophomore slump, and it's 100% because of Stephon Diggs. Dude's a cancer. Dude is the definition of. You want to talk about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson? Stephon Diggs is a cancer.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I mean, that guy had pick 6, another
He had
interception
2 picks,
afterward,
yeah.
too.
But
Give
if
me
you
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I'm going Daniels as well. I mean, you think about last year, Stroud, he's in that weak division, fellas.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the Commanders have to face the Eagles twice. I mean, I know the Cowboys aren't hot shit and the Giants suck, but
And to be honest with you, moving forward, too, Stroud's going to have a lot rougher in the AFC than Daniels going to have
I think
in the NFC.
Daniels' legs are just the
Does
X
that make him a
factor,
better
honestly.
player?
That's where I'm at.
His legs are just X factor type thing. Like, he changes the game
Is
completely.
this year Jaden Daniels had rookie season? Is this better than what C.J. Stroud did last year?
No.
No,
but I'd say it's
So per sample size, no, he is not better.
In your respective opinion.
yeah. I mean,
I'm taking Jaden Daniels.
eye test.
Legs is X
eye
factor.
test for me.
Eye test. Do we remember what C.J. Stroud did last year?
Well, actually,
He was
pull it up.
dotting it up, but I'm saying
Pull
eye
Stroud
test.
up, pull Daniels.
I see the superstar potential in Daniels. That's where I'm at. But fellas, that was the heavyweight huddle brought to you by Second Best.
Brought to you by Second Best. We're going to go to break. We're going to come back.
Actually, I think Daniels had a better season.
Chris is going to be on the mic.
More overall touchdowns.
How many does he have?
25. That's just through the air. I think Stroud only had 24 last year. I could be wrong. Hold on.
Chris, who do we got to
Stroud.
pay? Who? Taller Long Drink and
Stroud only
New
23.
Holland Brewing Company. Make sure you tap in New Holland Brewing Company. Local place, local business. And this Taller Long Drink, it is a grapefruit puree and gin-based cocktail. Delicious. Make sure you check it out when you can. At a Total Wine near you, go and get some Taller Long Drink from New Holland Brewing Company.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah.
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
pregame show here at Second Best Bar. Make sure you come check it out. 42 Watson Street, Second Best Bar. It's presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, and Les Stanford Chevrolet. Come down to the best bar in Detroit with the best chicken sandwich in the city. It's New Holland Brewing Company's pregame show live at Second Best Bar.
All right, jalapeno popper taste test live on air. Thank you, by the way, Brady. What kind of sauce is this? Does it matter?
And IB3 said, dude, he's having a way better season than C.J. Stroud, 700 yards rushing. He's got over twice as many interceptions. I wouldn't say that's a way better year. If you want to argue it, you can argue it. We can do that. But if you have over double the amount of interceptions that he had his rookie year, that's not a way better year. Because you have what? 300 more total yards? Like, no, that doesn't balance out.
Got more touchdowns, too.
How many?
Overall, 8 or 9.
C.J. Stroud didn't have any rushing touchdowns at all?
C.J. Stroud had 2. So Jaden Daniels currently, because the season's not even over yet, has 25 touchdowns throwing, and then he has 6 on the ground.
Okay.
So 31. Stroud had 23 touchdowns.
How many yards did C.J. Stroud have?
C.J. Stroud had his rookie year.
4,000 something?
Yeah. 4,108.
4,108 yards. Jaden Daniels probably has, what, like 3,000 something?
Jaden Daniels has. That's why I told you pull it up, and I have the other one up. Damn it. Now I got to go look up Jaden Daniels. I think this is definitely an argument for Jaden Daniels.
It's an argument, but it's not a way better season.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's prisoner of the moment type stuff.
Jaden
which
Daniels
I would
has
know about.
3,500. But you got to remember, too, he does run the ball a lot more.
He does run the ball a lot more. So, yeah, like 300 more all-purpose yards.
Yeah. I'm probably personally going Jaden Daniels. But we have another gentleman in the building. We're clicking the buttons, putting the dirty work behind the keyboard. Well over and over, waiting for his chance to be on a microphone. What up, though, Chris?
What up, though, fellas? What up,
Glad you're not wearing a Pistons jersey.
Lighting crazy. Well, yeah. Shout out. Actually, my mom and dad. They got this for me for Christmas. So,
shout out.
You know, I finally had some Lions attire
nice.
in my wardrobe. So.
Oh, those are phenomenal, by the way. I want more. Sorry.
Those jalapeno popper wontons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try some after the show.
So you've been waiting out again on the mic.
Yeah.
When did you want? Like, when were you like, God damn, I want to say something right? Like, what parts? Who fucked up? Who said something stupid? When did you want to interject that you didn't get the opportunity to before?
I really, the Vegas thing to me, I just think it screams disrespect of the Lions defense. I think that's what the line is. I don't think you anticipate a blowout and then a team coming all the way back to 3 points. I think it's probably much safer that they're looking at, hey, the Bears suck and they put up 20-plus points on the Lions. Like, they're looking at this Lions defense as anybody can do anything on it. It doesn't matter who is your quarterback, who your receivers are, who your running back is. It doesn't matter your weapons. They just think that the Lions defense is Swiss cheese. And that's where I think that this Lions defense will make a statement this game. I think that they will make statements. They will make turnovers. Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, these are the guys I'm looking at to create big plays. I could even see Iffy getting a strip sack. I see the Lions playmakers doing what they need to do, because that's, to me, the only reason why this line is that close is they just think that the defense sucks. And I think that's motivation for them. Not they're looking at Vegas, but I think this is a time where the Lions defense will show that they actually can muster up a good performance, and they don't need to have the offense save them and bail them out.
And to be honest with you, I kind of need that. Like, I would like to see that, because moving forward, I guess Detroit Lions fans just want to set and stand, we're going to be good no matter what. But this is a litany test a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Kyle Shanahan's a good coach no matter what. I know he's missing a lot of pieces. He's still a good coach. If this defense, or offense, I should say, on the San Francisco 49ers side is that depleted that week, then it should be that blowout.
Yeah.
And if the Detroit Lions defense is going to compete throughout the playoffs, we need to see them step up to that caliber and perform that way. I actually think they can the same way that you do, Chris, just because of Fonte Melifonwu, Brian Branch especially. In fact, Kyle Shanahan kind of talked to that. He's like, hey, I got the list of injuries when I got the tape. I had a smile on my face. I was hoping to see like a bad defense get carved up. No, they're still playing some of the best man coverage across the league right now. So I think, though, for the Detroit Lions to be that team that we're just awarding wins over teams automatically, we need to see him step up in this game and absolutely whoop some ass.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So we know Brandon Ayuk is on IR. We know Christian McCaffrey is on IR. We know Trent Williams is on IR.
Yes,
also,
sir.
their starting left guard, Aaron Banks, is on IR. They're starting either center or right guard, John Felicio is on IR.
Those are their starters?
Their backup left tackle, Spencer Buford, is out. And their right tackle, Connor McKivitz, is questionable. And
I went to school with that kid. He sat behind me.
Spencer Buford, this offensive line is depleted. This offense is depleted. You want to talk about our deep? This is like the meme, like two cousins fighting. Like, that's literally the
Spider-Man meme.
The
Let's keep
Niners
it clean.
offense versus the Lions defense.
Yeah.
They're equally as depleted.
That's cousin-y.
It's two cousins fighting. Like, I believe the Lions, with what they have left, are going to be able to take care of this depleted 49ers offense. I do.
Yeah. I didn't know that though. I read the lineup. I didn't know how many of those guys were starters.
Yeah.
Well, if that being the case, this defensive line got to show up, right? Zadarius Smith?
Yeah.
2 away from 10 in the season. We got to see something out of you. You were an acquisition we made.
Yeah.
We went out to pursue
Yeah,
you.
they've got 3 starting offensive linemen out and one of their backups out.
So what defensive linemen need to have performances for you as a litany test moving forward?
Zadarius Smith needs to prove Wheezy D13 wrong.
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith needs to go out there and he needs to dominate. He's 2 sacks away from an incentive, so expect him to get at least one of those tonight.
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith needs to have a good game. I expect DJ Reader to have a good game. I'm not worried about DJ Reader. But back to what I said last week, back to what I said is going to be one of the most important players for this defense going for the rest of the year, Levi Onwuzurike. I need Levi Onwuzurike to go in there and to be dominant and to get to the passer and to attack Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Because he is your pass rusher in the middle. He is your defensive tackle that gets after the quarterback. So I need Zadarius Smith and Levi Onwuzurike to have big games.
Yeah, I watched an interview of him earlier. It pissed me off because there's some English guys interviewing him, and for some whatever godforsaken reason, they announced their A's with R's. It's about social media. It drives me fucking nuts. But either way, he was talking about how he's just more one-track focused now that he's mainly on the interior versus like when we had him leave, he's bounced around every year. That's the guy I went in camp and saw has like 6 sacks this season.
Yeah.
Mainly because I saw him play on the outside too. But he hasn't. He's got like 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need a little bit more, and that's the name I'm looking for to step up to. Levi Onwuzurike.
Oh, and I saw C.J. Stroud only played 16 games his rookie year.
I saw he's 9-6.
So
yeah,
it was, and Jaden Daniels has already played 16 games.
Okay,
just putting it out there because somebody said C.J. Stroud missed or Jaden Daniels missed 2 or 3 games. No, he started every game this year. But yeah, Levi. I think Levi Onwuzurike. If you ask me every single game for the rest of the year, what defensive lineman needs to step up, it's going to be Levi Onwuzurike and Zadarius Smith. Those are your 2 guys that are going to put pressure on the quarterback. Those are your 2 guys that are going to go in there and get sacks.
Yeah,
and you need them to do it.
And this is a game where you need to do that. If they're that dependent on the offensive line,
is activated.
My
I believe,
God,
yes.
That's insane. Who's it for you, Chris?
Yeah, it's those 2 names. I think those are really the obvious names. So for me, I'm looking at them. But I want to ask you guys this question, Easy, because I know you're kind of in lockstep with me. You want to see that performance. This is the game to see encouraging defensive performance. What does a point total threshold look like for you to be like to feel comfortable with this defense? Like if this Lions defense lets up 17 or 20 plus, are you feeling are you feeling a type of way about it? What's the threshold you're looking at?
So I don't know, and this guy is well respected across the league, probably going to become a head coach in Aaron Glenn, but when he interviewed, I think it was Friday, when they did the coordinator interviews, he talked about like what their expectation was defense and their threshold they held for the Bears was 17. So with this San Francisco offense being as depleted as it is, that's my same
17?
threshold this week, 17.
I was going to say 21, but 17, yeah, I did right around there.
And to be honest with you, 21's a B.
Yeah.
If I'm giving it a letter
grade.
B. Yeah.
And yes, everybody in the Woodward Sports chat, Jalen Reeves-Maybin is officially active for this game. He was activated off the injured reserve, so that's huge for the special teams, obviously. You know, he's an all-pro special teams guy, but it also provides some depth in that linebacking core.
He's really good at linebacker.
He's a good guy in coverage at linebacker. They drafted him. You know, it was the Quinn Trisha regime that drafted him, but one of the things that stood out was his sideline-to-sideline speed and his ability to run down, you know, stretch sweeps and different things like that. So him being able to contain Purdy is going to be a big thing because we know Purdy killed us running the ball in the NFC Championship game. So Jalen Reeves-Maybin being back just provides more depth in that linebacking core. I don't expect him to see 30 snaps or 40 snaps or anything like that.
But first game
he's going to get a handful of snaps.
Yeah.
He's going to be out there, and he's very capable playing the linebacker position as well as obviously special teams.
Yeah, just that depth. Another word out there on there too, experience. He's been in the league for a while, like you said, drafted initially with the Quintricia regime, but he's got that sideline speed, you said, as well. I think he plays the pass game as well, equally as if you asked him to rush a quarterback. I think he had a sack last year too, so I think that's actually huge for the Detroit Lions. I think everything you've seen Ezekiel Turner doing, JRM could do.
It's just good to get bodies back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's good to get, you're getting him back. You're hopefully getting Anzalone and Khalif Raymond back next week.
Yeah.
You got Ife Melifonwu back. This defense can use the reinforcements, and all of the guys that I just mentioned, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, Ife Melifonwu, Alex Anzalone, Khalif Raymond, they're like glue guys. They do a lot of different things in a lot of different situations for the defense and offense respectively. So those little pieces, those little analytical pieces are really important when it comes to big games down the stretch against the Vikings in the playoffs. Having guys like that back is going to help huge. I'm really excited for Anzalone. Hopefully he can be back next week versus the Vikings.
I'm with you on that one.
For me, my key for this Lions defense, or my meter to watch, is the red zone defense, because I want to see this team get back to that, or as much as possible given the circumstance of the roster. Because early on in the season, even in that loss against Tampa Bay, they were great red zone defense. They've been a great red zone defense team this season. They've let that go a little bit, but that's probably because of the injuries. So, Eazy, who's the guy you're looking at when it comes to specifically the red zone defense, or the guys you're looking at to really kind of step up in that realm? Because I think that's the key. If you can make them punt, or even just hold them to field goals in the red zone, I think you're feeling good about your chances rather than letting in touchdowns.
Yeah, I think Brian Branch is all game even, just because without that offensive line, it's going to be short and quick.
Yeah.
If you got Iffy back there and he's still able to roam a little bit there, let Brian Branch, grab that short pass you're trying to make out there in the middle of the field, or even the red zone situation, like you said too. If he's going to be roaming around,
yeah,
it could be key for that.
Easy. There was a rookie on this team last year that known offensive guru Kyle Shanahan was scared of.
Yeah.
The known offensive guru Kyle Shanahan said, we changed our game plan to make sure he wasn't on the field as much as possible.
Yeah.
And that was Brian Branch.
Yes, sir.
That guy is a game wrecker.
Now he's year 2.
And now he's year 2. Now he's smarter, and now you can't do anything to get him off the field because he's playing safety. You can't go 11 personnel and bump the nickel off. He's still going to be out there. Brian Branch is going to give Brock Purdy nightmares.
That's what I'm looking at.
And like you said, across the middle a lot, George Kittle out of the backfield. Brian Branch, shoulder pad right to George Kittle's ribs. I smell it.
My bad.
I smell it. Brian Branch might force a fumble tonight.
Yeah, Jack Campbell as well.
I love Jack Campbell.
Similar situation. You got the red zone there. I've listened to a couple different coordinators talk about just using those barriers, those borders as extra defenders because you're limited space there. I think with Jack Campbell and Brian Branch, that middle of the field, they'll be able to operate and make some type of play there. So if they're going to try to throw the ball, we better damn sure stop that run.
Yeah, that's where I'm still confident that, I know this defensive line has its injuries, but I'm still very confident in its ability to stop the run. So that's why I'm looking at the red zone defense, because I think if you can stop the run on the red zone and force them to short passes, you guys are right. Those guys like Jack Campbell, Brian Branch are the good playmakers. And I expect Terrion, somebody that's been really sticky in coverage. He's been there. He just he hasn't made that interception, but he's been there. He's been in range. So I think in close proximity like that in the red zone, I think he could be somebody to look at too and have a good game. And it just feels great to see a good Terrion Arnold game heading into the playoffs, given the Carlton Davis injury.
You know who's my guy on the game?
Who?
Ifeatu Melifonwu. I think Ifeatu Melifonwu is going to have a big game.
Yeah.
We saw him last week.
He had a sack in this game last year.
He had a sack in this game last year. He was all over the field making plays. We saw him last week be in the backfield. 2 of his first 3 plays, he was in the backfield. I think Ife Melifonwu is going to be more comfortable. He's going to have his sea legs under him. He's going to sack Brock Purdy, and he might pick him off too.
I'm in love with that.
If he's a playmaker, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see him out there. They're going to need him to play a lot of snaps. They're going to move him around. I loved seeing what, like, Aaron Glenn got a little freaky last week against the Bears, where him and Brian Branch were switching from linebacker to safety to nickel. It was fun to watch.
That's what you need, man. Especially going against a young quarterback like that, too. But, yeah, I think – and I always want to make this statement, too, moving forward. And they can listen to it or they not. But and we have to prove it as well. But Vegas, national reporters, Amik Robinson can play the outside cornerback.
Yes, he can.
Stop sleeping on the Detroit Lions defense because of that second. Amik Robinson could play the outside cornerback. He did it for the Raiders last year. He did it last week against the Chicago Bears, and he did it very, very well. Not only that, too, he's still playing the run phenomenally, too. He's constantly punching the ball out. Amik Robinson, stop sleeping on his goddamn defense.
And I just looked it up here. Let me pull up the stat to confirm it. So the Lions on the road so far this season, and this is for touchdowns only, are the best red zone defense in the NFL for the whole season, allowing only just 29% of their red zone opportunities on the road for opponents to convert to scores. So that is a very, very encouraging sign for the Lions.
And real quick, to Spinny's point about Alfonso Melifonwu, and maybe even ours about Brian Branch as well, 49ers giving up over 50% pressure rate and success rate on blitzes. Meaning offensively, they have not been able to stop these blitzes. Obviously, Aaron Glenn is something he's going to do with both Brian Branch and Alfonso Melifonwu. Big games for those guys coming up.
Yeah, that's what happens when your whole offensive line is out.
Makes
when
sense.
3 of your running backs are out.
You're missing Trent Williams.
Yeah, you're missing Trent Williams.
Who do you think's the biggest guy they missed the most?
Trent Williams.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we saw Fred Mason, or who was it? Fred Mason, right?
George
Mason,
I think.
George
I don't know what
Foreman.
you're talking about.
The running back.
The guy fill in for Christian McCaffrey. At the
Oh,
beginning of the
yeah.
year.
And he played
well.
Yeah.
Because they had Trent Williams. You got a bully like that.
And you lost Trent Williams.
And then you lose Trent Williams, and that guy looks like a undrafted free agent. Like,
another reminder how good Panay is for this team.
Yes.
That's their Panay Sewell, Trent Williams. That's whose reign Panay is taking over. That's who the crown of best tackle in the NFL is getting passed down from is Trent Williams. But yeah, I'm with you on that one, Trent Williams.
Let's go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk some more Lions. Who do we got to pay?
Les Stanford.
Les Stanford Chevrolet. If you're looking to buy a new car, beat the holiday rush, go to Les Stanford. They got the Equinox EV2 LT, limited time offer, $169 per month, or the Blazer EV LT for $149 per month. They don't just got Chevys. They got Buicks, GMCs, Cadillacs, anything you need. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale. LesStanford.com. Les Stanford together. Let's ride.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Main, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
The live watch party and the post-game show only at Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. Make sure you tap in. KG and Justin on the watch party, and then Stick and Anson, as always, on the post-game show. Only from Hayes Social. Go check it out.
What up, welcome back to Woodward Waits Live on WoodwardSports.com from the second best bar, brought to you by Tullamore Whiskey, the Space Machine Tangerine, by Tullamore and the guys, Les Stanford as well. Chris, what else been on your mind, man?
Really, it's been the defense that's fired me up because I think, looking at the offense, we know what the offense is, and the defense is the question mark, right? Like, this team is going to go as far as the defense will allow it given its current state. So, to me, it's really been the defense. But if you want to talk the offensive side of the ball, the guy that I was salivating to talk about, you guys were talking about the offensive side of the ball. Yeah, pause. Was J-Mo.
Yeah.
J-Mo, I think.
J-Mo!
I think you guys saw it. Speed kills. I think he's a guy that is absolutely going to make big plays in this game. I'm staying committed. I'm staying true to the Brock Wright first tutty. I'm riding that out. But the only one that gives me pause for concern is J-Mo first touchdown. I really think that they do a repeat of what they did last year, where they just gave the ball to J-Mo, boom, took it to the crib. They were on the board early. I think if you're a Lions offense, you want to come out and you want to force this team to play from behind the entire game. That's not just this game, that's every game. That's going to be their mentality. And I think that doing a big play like that will put a lot of pressure on the defense and a lot of pressure on that opposing offense and make it just a tough, long night for them.
I'm going to extend this out to next week as well, because next week's a more important game.
Right.
But you saw that J-Mo in around successfully against 49ers defense last year.
Yeah.
You've seen it frequently since.
Reverse.
J-Mo touchdown pass.
Oh, no.
But maybe not today, because tomorrow, again, next week's a little bit more important. We also did it around against them too. But how often are you used to that? They're crashing down.
I do.
And Pinay's throwing a ball. J-Mo could throw that thing.
I do remember hearing multiple people say that, if one person wasn't going to throw a pass in this offense, it would be J-Mo. I guess his arm ain't like that. Yeah. I think Amon-Ra said it, and David Montgomery were like, because I think it was on the Amon-Ra podcast.
They probably tried it then.
And they were like, if you guys were doing all these special plays, who wouldn't be the one throwing? They're both like, J-Mo. He's not going to throw that pitch.
All right.
But the reverse.
Yeah.
J-Mo going that way, pitches it back to Khalif or Amon-Ra or Jameer coming back the other way. I could see that. But I'm with Chris. We talked about it, man. This kid, they're going to get him 1,000 yards this year. They are. They will. There's no doubt in my mind. And it could happen in this game because he was the best player on the field in the NFC Championship game for the Lions. He ate against the 49ers. I expect them to target him early. I expect him to, and you talked about it, or someone mentioned it. I think it was Nick. They've hit that deep shot a couple times now, back-to-back weeks. The first one, obviously, J-Mo dropped it, and it was a flag anyway, so it didn't count. Second one, beautiful ball, beautiful catch, touchdown. Go back to the well. It's 2 for 2 the past 2 weeks. Maybe it doesn't happen right away, but you take that deep shot to J-Mo again for sure. So I kind of want to say he's going to get it in this. I kind of want to say he's going to get 1,000 yards in this game. I kind of do.
1,000 yards in one game. Whoa.
The writing's on the wall. The game doesn't matter anyways. Yeah. They're going to dominate them. He eats against the 49ers. Javarius Ward out, their number one cornerback. I could see them feeding J-Mo. Rightfully so.
I'm not mad at it. One guy I'm excited to watch as a football fan is Ronaldo Green, a guy that we were watching throughout the draft process.
Yeah.
I guess he's really turned it up. He locked down Tyreek Hill last week, so he might be good with the speedier guys. I know he is a speedier guy, but I'm ready for the J-Mo.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's kind of washed this year.
Yeah, he's banged up.
Yeah.
The Dolphins, I don't know what the fuck.
It's Mike McDaniel, bro. Talk about soft.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say he's not. You know he used to be an alcoholic?
That makes sense.
He literally had alcohol.
Oh, yeah, didn't he have a book about...
That's Dave Canales. About cheating on his wife.
Yeah,
that's still some of the craziest stuff to date in the NFL.
If I did it. Shout out OJ. He just had a bad day. Shout out Mez.
That was the crazy.
Yeah, shout out Mez.
Dude, I love Mez. I don't think I've ever laughed harder in my life than when he said that.
I don't even want to go into. I don't even want to dive into that.
That's his hero.
He does it multiple times.
It's his hero. OJ's his hero.
Yeah.
It's his favorite running back ever.
But he also did it when. I don't want to do it. I love Mez too much.
Yeah, I love Mez too. I swear to God, I love Mez so much.
When the Cam Sutton stuff had Mez, he had a bad day.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So what? He had a bad day.
He had a bad day, so he comes home and he kills his wife.
Oh, my God.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But to be honest, Cam Sutton was fucking terrible. He doesn't deserve any.
He doesn't deserve anything. No. Nobody does. OJ definitely did it.
Is he starting for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Fuck
he almost made a play on Christmas. He almost picked sixth. Patrick Mahomes, yeah. But he missed because he's a bum.
Bum. Another guy I'm looking at offensively, if we're talking that side of the ball, and speed and killing, Gibbs. I think it's been my safest bet all season, even before the Monty injury. All rushing plus receiving yards, just taking the combined. I will look that up.
Probably
give me
like
1 second. But I don't even care what the line is. I will put money on it because every time I have won it because it's just he can get it from a slip screen pass. He can give a handoff. There's just so many ways with Gibbs, but you know the yards are going to be there. So the juice is always worth the squeeze there. Or maybe if you want to even do what you did with J-Mo, Spencer, and throw the receptions in there as well.
Yeah, I'd have to see those numbers, but no, Gibbs is going to have a big day, at least a big half.
Yeah, at least a big half. Dude, he had 120-something the half before half last game.
Yeah,
so
his over-under is like 84. Why is that?
Because they don't think he's going to play in the second half.
He got 120 last half. Put the house on it. What are we doing?
You heard it here first. Gamble responsibly. And shout out to Teddy Fresh in the Woodward Sports Chat. He says, I know Renardo Green. His father is my best friend. Really good kid and can ball. I wanted the Lions to draft him.
I wanted him to draft him so bad.
Yeah,
he's a dog. He's been really good.
Yeah, so shout out. Yeah, because he's big. He's a big guy.
Yeah. And he plays all around the field, too.
The game when Florida State played LSU, and he shut down Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr., I was like, all right, yeah, that kid's going to be good. So shout out to Renardo Green. Shout out to Teddy Fresh. That's pretty cool.
That is really cool. We should have him.
Tell him to come on the heavyweights.
He's not lying. I wish we did that earlier. Teddy Fresh could have him on the show.
We could have him on after. He's not going to the playoffs, so.
That's very true. I'll try and find the line for the all receiving. I'll say we'll get some plus money for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah,
it's 112.
112?
That's still good.
That's still, combined yards, total yards.
I think get that rushing.
He could get that rushing.
What if he plays the whole game?
If he put that,
Do you think we really get a chance to sit the guys?
I do.
Before the fourth? Or probably in the fourth?
Probably in the fourth.
Yeah,
Dan Campbell won't do it before the fourth, even if they're up 37-0. But no, I would be surprised if we didn't see Hendon Hooker in this game.
The victory CR.
Yeah.
I was hoping we see him
or
all
Teddy
game
Bridgewater.
next week.
What if Teddy Bridgewater comes in instead of Hendon Hooker? No, I'm just kidding.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Chris, where you at with the whole playing our guys tonight? Like, should we have sat them?
No, absolutely not. I don't think this regime, even if I wanted to say that they should, I'm just not going to do it because I'll look stupid, because that's going to be wrong, because we had this argument last year.
Yeah.
And what did he do? He played the guys.
Yeah.
So I'm not, even if I thought that was the right answer, I wouldn't come up here and say it because it's a waste of my breath. Dan Campbell's not resting his guys unless he absolutely has to.
And like we talked about it, if the Green Bay Packers weren't shit and they would have won that game and we had the number 1 seed locked up, then I would expect him to rest the guys against Minnesota. But no, they're playing in this game. Like I said, they'll probably come out in the fourth quarter, but no, they're going to start. Anybody who's like, don't start them, they're not going to start. You don't know who Dan Campbell is.
Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater inactive for this one.
Yeah.
So's Broderick Martin again.
Damn.
That's so crazy to me.
They're literally dying for defensive help, specifically on the line, and he just can't provide it.
I'm not crying about it or like bitching about it. It just blows my mind.
You got to text John or
to ask
Kyle or somebody to ask.
Yeah.
Like, we need to know what's going on with Project Martin.
Honestly. Blows my mind.
That's
hard. That's all it's tough.
I just want to have a good night.
All right, Chris, drop a freestyle on us.
Hey.
No.
Let's go, Chrissy.
No, next week with the super chats. Next week with the super chats.
Yeah, that could be one thing. You want to hear Chris freestyle? That would be funny.
Yeah, let's do it.
I might super chat.
What?
What if we boost our own numbers by sending super chats in?
Then what if we lose?
Good thing nobody
lose,
Good thing nobody knows our plan.
Yeah, guys, make sure you tune in the heavyweights next week, man. The super chats. If we win throughout the rest of the shows, we get to keep the money. And to be honest with you, I didn't play in the NFL.
No.
We didn't play in the NHL.
No, I don't work for Fox 2.
And we don't work for Fox 2.
I don't work for Oakland basketball.
Don't voice the Pistons on the radio.
I don't do whatever Kool-Aid does.
I'm not out of social media.
Yeah, I don't have a wife. like flannel.
Don't have a wife. Don't have a second form of income. Don't have another job.
Nope.
Listen, the heavyweights deserve to win.
Heavyweights deserve to win for sure.
And I heard Nick's willing to wear revealing shirts.
Yeah.
With those nips.
Some skimpy.
Some skimpy. Yeah, we'd split it 4 ways between the boys, so.
It got to this serious in the group chat discussing ideas. Nick said he's willing to shave the eyebrows for the right price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
I thought you did. No?
He did.
If you guys pay enough money, it's got to be. I would have Beth wax my eyebrow live on air. Just one of them, too.
How much for a ketchup board? A ketchup board like flannel
I'm not doing that.
I did that for free.
That was so gross. It was to pay a bet.
So gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did we end up getting to that? What was that bet?
It was a bet. I can't remember what the bet was. I'm sure flannel.
Was it worthy?
Was it literally the pick'em? I feel like it was something like
Silent
small.
service?
We just pushed it to the
That'd be
extreme.
awful for a pickle.
Silent service, you're telling me, bro. I need to find a wife. So if any of you guys in the chat got hot daughters, I'm looking for a wife.
Legal, of course.
Legal, yeah. Actually, they got to be at least 23. At least 23.
It's a good starting point.
Yeah.
I would say that's very low end too.
So older than Bill Belichick's girl.
Older than Bill Belichick's girl, yeah.
That is crazy.
Shout out to him.
He is living the
But
life.
not older than
Shout out
DiCaprio's
Josh B in the
girls.
Woodward Sports Chat, Nipple Gang. Does Nick have nip rings? If you pay enough, he'll get his nipples pierced live on air. All right, we're gonna go to
super chat.
We're gonna go to break. We're gonna come back. Who do we got to pay, Chris?
All right, second best bar. Let's
Second
let them
best
know
bar.
where we're at.
You know where we're at. Come down, join us. We're going to be chilling, watching the game tonight. It's a great spot. Best chicken sandwich in the city. They got the jalapeno popper wontons. They just added delicious stuff. Second best bar in Detroit. Come out, have a good time. 42 Watson Street. It's the best bar when you're going to a game, you're going to the Nino, you're going to a show. Anywhere you're going downtown, stop at Second Best first.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Pre-game show. Where